Good morning, everyone. Ramadan Mubarak, and I hope this month is going to be full of blessing. So, in this tutorial, we're going to create the maze game. So, we're going to recreate the game and understand more. So, I'm going to add a new sprite that is going to act as my character, as my player. So, for example, I want to choose this one, this cat. So, I'm going to decrease the value of the size. I'm going to make it the half. So, the value is going to be 50. And we're going to start with creating the player movement blocks. So this is very important. In every game, you're going to create the movement of the player. So we have four directions. The player is going to move in four directions: up, down, right, and left. We're going to start with creating the up direction movement. So we drag and drop the when the green flag is clicked. So this is going to be the beginning of our game. This will trigger the start of the game, and we're going to add two important blocks: forever and the if. We cannot add the if without the forever, so these two blocks are going to be always together. Now we need the click, so we're going to click on the keyboard. So when you go to the sensing block, the sensing blocks, you're going to find the key space pressed, and you will find a drop down menu when you click on this small arrow, and all of these are the key press of the keyboard. So we're going to put it inside the condition of the if. So basically we are saying if the player clicked on the up arrow key, what we're going to do, we are going to point up, like this, and move. So point and move. We're going to point in that certain direction, which is up here, or you can call it forward, and we're going to move. So point in that certain direction, then move. We're going to adjust this value. When you click on the value, you're going to have a circle. So just adjust it, make it 0. So 0 is a value for the forward or the up direction, 90 is for the right, 180 is going to be for the backward or down, and minus 90 is going to act as a left direction. So now when we start the game, we can actually go up. Sorry, no, this is correct. So when I click on the up arrow key, we can go forward or up to the upper direction. What about the other direction now? What we're going to do is we're going to duplicate this set of block. Why? Because the only thing that we're going to change is the key press and the direction. That's it. So we don't have to create the set of block again. This is going to be a waste of time. So right click on the top of the set of block, which is the when the green flag is clicked. Right click on it and click on the first option, which is duplicate. So we're going to duplicate it 3 more times, so we're going to have 4 directions. So duplicate and duplicate. Now we have 4 sets of blocks. Okay, so we're going to change the second one to down, and we change the direction to down. The same with the 2 blocks below these 2 blocks. So we're going to make it the right arrow, we change the direction, and we're going to make this as the left arrow, and we also change the direction. Do not forget to change the direction. Okay, so when we click on the left arrow here, it's going to point to the left, then move. So when we try our game, there you go. I can now move in the 4 directions. So I can go forward or up, down, right, and left. So we're done with the first step. So this is how we create the player movement. Okay, so when we click on the green flag, this is going to trigger the start of the game. Forever and the if are always together. So we're saying here, if the down arrow which is the key on the keyboard, is clicked or is pressed, we're going to look down like this and move. So now we need a proper maze. So what we're going to do is go to the backdrops, then go to the backdrops tab, which is the second option here. Now you will find a paint area. So this is going to be our rectangle. So this is not a rectangle, this is a square. So this is actually the screen of our game. If we actually draw something outside of that rectangle, it is not going to appear here. But if we actually draw it inside this square, it is going to appear. So let's draw a proper maze. So we're going to select the line. You can increase the thickness of the line. You see, this is different from this one. We're going to make it, for example, 5. 5 is good. So like this. Let's make it easy. I'm just randomly creating the maze. So okay, I need an opening here. So I'm going to erase. This is the eraser. Also, I can actually adjust the size of the eraser. You see? So I need an opening from here. This is good. So the cat actually can go from here like this. Then this is the finish line. I'm going to make the finish line as a green line. So I'm going to adjust the color, the brightness, and I'm going to make it green. So this is the finish line. This is my finish line. Let's increase the thickness a little bit. Let's zoom in. Then we create the finish line like this. So there you go. This is our maze, like a very simple maze. And yeah, that's it. So let's get back to the code now. We have the player movement. Okay, so first what we're going to do is to set the starting position of the player or the sprite that we have. This is actually a mistake from me. We don't call it a player, we call it a sprite. Okay, so this is a sprite. I want my sprite to start from this position. Okay, let's decrease the, for example, 35. I want it to start from this position or here. This is good. So when I click on the green flag, the cat is going to be always starting from this position. So what I'm going to do is in the sprite in the cat code. Okay, so we go to the event. When the green flag is clicked, then we go to the motion blocks, then we set a position. So again, we're going to drag and drop the cat to our position that we want to start from. You see that the X and the Y changed every time we drag and drop the cat. So this is our position here. We're going to drag this block and put it here. So the X and the Y, I don't know if you remember or not, but these are position. So the X and the Y will control the position of the cat in this display square here. Okay, so whenever we start the game, the cat is going to be always starting from the position that we chose. Now what we're going to do is add the collision with the black line. Okay, so if the cat touches the black line, it is going to reset from that position that we chose. Okay, so it is going to act as a respawn, let's say. So we need always when the green flag is clicked, because this is going to be the start of our game. we're going to check for something. So basically we need an if statement, and the if statement is not going to work without the forever. So now we're going to check if it touches, the cat touches the black line. So that the act of touching, we're going to find it in the sensing block. You see, touching color. So all the sensing blocks are going to be found here. So we're going to choose the touching color. So if it touches the black line, we're going to choose the black color. We're not going to choose it from here. Okay, even though like we can actually do this, but we're going to click on the color picker here, and we chose the black line from the map itself, like this. So we chose the color now. Then we're going to right click on this position and we drop it here. Okay, so let's try it now. There we go. So now we have, wait, this is a bit hard, so I'm going to remove this. Let's make it from here. This is good. Let's put it here. So okay, go to the blocks like this. Also this one, I'm going to put it here. And again, this is like a random maze. So also this one, let's put it here. There you go. So let's try now. Okay, now this is good. If we touch the black line, we're going to reset from our first position. But what about if we touches the green line? So if the player touches or the sprite touches the green line, you're going to win the game. So what you're going to do is show him a U1 text when the cat touches the green line. So we're going to add another sprite. So the text, the U1 text is going to be another sprite. So the sprite can be an object, a player, an animal, a letter. You can actually check here. You can check all the sprites we have. So we have every single object that you can imagine. So we also can draw or paint our sprite rather than choosing it from the Explore here. So we click on the paint. We click on the T, which stands for text. Then we just click on the like a random space here. Okay, so we say U1, we choose a color first. For example, let's make it green. Now U1. You can also change the style of the text. We put it in the middle here, and we put this in the middle. Okay, you can make this 0, and also we make the Y 0, which stands for the center of the display screen. Okay, so now we have a U1 text. Now we're going to start the game. We can see that the U1 text is always appearing whenever we start the game, which is wrong. When we start the game, the U1 text should be hidden. So what we're going to do is to go to the U1 sprite, and we're going to put the code here. Okay, so the event, when we start the game, okay, the green flag is clicked, which means when we start the game, we go to the looks blocks. We're going to drag and drop the hide block. So when we start the game, when we click on the green flag, the U1 text is going to be hidden. So let's try it now. You see? So going like this, but the game is still not completed. Why? Because whenever the cat touches the green line, the U1 text is not appearing. We go back to the cat, and we are going to add another block here. So do not get confused. These are only the 4 blocks of the player movement, which is very easy. You can create it by just duplicating one set of block, then changing the key press and change the direction. This is the block of setting the start position of the sprite, and this is the set of block of when the sprite touches the black line. Okay, now we're going to duplicate this block. Why? Because we have the same condition but a different value. We're going to remove this. So here we checked if the sprite is touching the black line. If he touches the black line, he's going to reset from the start position. But if the sprite touches the green line, something is going to happen. Something different is going to happen. So we are going to call the sprite to appear. We're going to call, or we're going to send a message to that sprite to appear. We have a block. You can find it on the event blocks, which is the broadcast. So when we choose the broadcast, or when we drag and drop the broadcast, we're going to send a message to a specific sprite. Okay, and that sprite is going to receive the message and do something. Okay, so we're going to send him a message. We're gonna send him a win message. You see? So it's like we are actually calling that sprite to appear, like we're telling him that the player just won, it is time to appear. So we're sending him a message. This message is going to broadcast it to all the sprite, but we can choose which sprite to receive that specific message. So we just send the win message, then we are going to receive it from the second sprite. Okay, so the same events block, and you're going to see, or you're going to drag and drop the when I receive that message. So you see, this is the message that we sent to that sprite. So when the sprite receives that message, he's going to what? He's going to appear. The sprite is going to appear. So we go to the looks and we show the sprite. So we can actually play the game now. We can check if you are correct or not. Boom. So the U1 just appeared. But I can still move the cats. So I'm just going to drag and drop the stop all block. So I'm going to play again. When I click on the green flag again, the U1 text is going to disappear. So go here. So you see that when I touches the black line, the sprite is going to recede from the starting position that we actually chose. Now, we're going to try and win the game by touching the green line. So if the cat touches the green line, oh, I guess I'm bad at my own game that I created. So let me just focus here. Okay, this is good. When the cat touches the green line, the sprite, which is the cat sprite, is going to send the message to the second sprite, which is the U1 text, and it is going to be shown at the end. So let's try and win the game, and voila, there you go. We just won the game, and the stop all block stop all the game. So let's try and see what we just done. So these 4 blocks are for the player movements. Okay, we have the up, down, right and left. This is to set the start position of the sprite. We are telling that if we click on the green flag, or when we start the game, we're going to start from that specific position. This block is going to check if the sprite touches the black line. If it touches the black line, we are going to start from the starting position. And this is to check if the sprite, the cat I mean, touches the green line. So if the cat touches the green line, it is going to send a message to the U1 text. Then when the U1 text sprite receives that message, This is going to be shown at the end. Then we're going to stop our game. And of course, this is the block where we are going to hide our sprite in the beginning of the game. So this is what we have here. It is very simple, and if you don't understand, please contact me on Classera. I'm going to upload the game on the Scratch library. I will share the link with you so you can actually see the code inside and try it yourself. So have a nice day and see you